Hey guys, it's Jmonay and welcome to the room.
What is your name?
My name is Jennifer Rivas and my Instagram name is Jmonay, Jmona, 4 Y's at the end.
Okay. What do you prefer to be called?
Jen. That's
Jen?
what everybody calls me, Jen. Some people call me Jmonay. I don't prefer it. I don't not prefer it. It's fine with me, but I like Jen most.
Okay. And what got you to start this whole art?
So basically, I feel like I was trying to find myself for about, I honestly would say like the past 4 or 5 years. And it was like a constant battle of just like trying to see, like, I always knew I liked art and I know I was pretty good at it and I could like develop it and become better if I was consistent on it, but it was a struggle of finding what I actually like to paint. You know, it was like everyone just like does like sunsets, or like now it's like a big thing of like doing like this whole like anime thing and adding like lean or like supreme onto them. And I was kind of like, I did try that out for people who like commissioned me to do that for them, but it wasn't something that I genuinely like enjoyed because it wasn't me. It was things that I knew about, but I just knew that it wasn't going to last forever, and that's kind of what started happening. And then I was introduced to sneakers about 4 years ago. I always liked sneakers as a child, but I knew that my parents were not going to buy me a new pair of Jordans every single week. So it was kind of like you like them, but you have to like them from a distance. 4 years ago, I was like, wow, like I have money now, like realistically speaking, like I'm from work, so I was like, let me just buy some sneakers. So I started buying them and I kept buying them and I like started to fall in love with them, like the silhouettes, the colors, the characteristics. Like I feel like every shoe has like its own personality and like its own season when you can wear them, and like it builds like connections with other people. So in this whole like process of trying to find myself and like what I enjoy, I was like, wow, like I really enjoy sneakers and I really enjoy painting, so let me just like add them together. And then this was the first painting that I did because it was a challenge for me in my head. I was just like, is it possible for me to paint this shoe very realistic that other people are going to be like, wow, like that looks so real? And I was just like, I don't know, maybe, maybe not. So I just gave it a go. And another reason why I chose this specific shoe was because this was the first time I hit on the sneakers app. So it was kind of just like a very like wow moment for me, because I know like everyone just takes L's all the time on that app. So I'm just there. Like I remember the specific day I'm going to work and my friend was like, yo, get on the app right now. The UNCs are about to release. I was like, okay, like I'm not gonna get them. And then I go and it's like, you have reserved a pair. So I was like, oh my god, like holy shit. And that's how like I did it. And I didn't win these just like once. I won them 3 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what did you do with the other 2 pairs?
I sold 1 pair because my birthday was coming up, so I needed money to go on vacation. So I was just like, I sold them for really low too. I sold them for, I think I got 600 or 700 out of them. But it paid for my entire trip. So I was like, it is what it is. Like money comes and goes, and realistically speaking, like I only invested 160 because 1 pair I got for free because Nike like messed up and sent me a free pair.
Oh wow.
So that was the pair that I sold, and the other pair I still have it. So I'm kind of just like holding on to it till either I really need the money or it just like reaches like a good value that I'm just gonna flip them, because I don't want it to like hold on to them for too long, because it's kind of just like
Depreciates in value.
Yeah, I'm just like, they're just
Really
sitting. No, but they're just sitting there. So I'm kind of like, I might as well just reinvest into something else than like hold on to the money. So they're like under my bed.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what do you think about like different brands such as like Adidas, Nikes, Pumas? Is there one that you gravitate towards specifically versus the other, or
Of
is
course.
it like you're just open to whichever?
Definitely checks over stripes. I love Nike more than Adidas, but I do like Adidas for comfort. Like I do have my specific like Adidas that I like. I have a couple Yeezys, but I'm not like a big Yeezys fan. They were just more like a gift, so I was like, I'm not gonna turn down a gift.
Do you feel like people just nowadays, like they look into the sneaker because of who's behind it? You know, like for example, Kanye is behind Yeezys.
Yeah.
But if it didn't have that type of hype, do you think the sneaker would still be valid?
I mean, yes, probably not as much. I just feel like Adidas is its own like big brand itself too. I just don't think that they're as like cultured as Nike probably. But I know like there's a lot of sneakerheads who like know like old school like Adidas who like will probably like be like you're wrong completely. That's just like my perspective on it, but I just feel like but even like when Kanye was working with Nike and they created their sneaker, that sneaker is like a grail.
Right.
You know?
Talking about what I believe it was the first season.
Yeah.
The Red October.
The Red Octobers, and like you look at his Yeezys now, like they're not, to me they're not grails. Like I would probably use them as beaters. Like I wouldn't really like oh my god, I have a Yeezy. And Yeezys are so easy to get now. I just feel like with Nike, it's like there's just so many like there's more concepts behind it, and like I just feel like they use like different types of materials and they reach out to so many other people that it's just like it's so collaborative. Is that even a word? Like you can they collaborate with other people, so it's like to me that's cool because I feel like as an artist you should always be trying to collaborate with other people to learn more or to just like broaden your horizons basically. And I just feel like Nike does like a perfect job at that. So what's next after painting is me trying to focus on basically I want to have my own art show, and so like a solo art show, but I feel like for me to do that I have to work on myself as an artist, and that requires me like figuring out what's going on with me right now, which is basically like I'm in a funk but I'm getting out of the funk. I think a lot of artists do experience the whole like artist block, so that's what I would say the funk is, and it's like a constant battle. I think a lot of people could relate to it in general, just more like what am I doing, what am I going to do the rest of my life, is what I'm doing enough, is it not enough. I think we're like our hardest critics, and I most certainly am, because I feel like if I'm not producing work I'm not doing anything, and it shows to like my audience or people like where did she go, like damn, I supported this girl and now she's not here, but they're not here in the moment with me when I'm sitting here painting and I'm just like annoyed or frustrated that I just can't do it the way I want to do it, or like, you know, my body's aching or my eyes hurt. It's like very frustrating, you know, just being in school too, like, and I'm like have horrible time management, so when I'm just like trying to focus on like my schoolwork and then I'm like wait, but I have to paint, and then like oh my god I have to post things on Instagram, so it's kind of just like it's like a big funk all around where you're just like what the heck am I gonna do, or but sometimes you have to kind of just like sit back and take it all in, like okay, like it's okay for me to sometimes take a nap, it's okay for me not to post every single week. At the end of the day, if someone supports you, they're gonna support you no matter what, and you know, if they're really interested in what's going on with you, they're gonna reach out and be like, hey, like where have you been, you know, I haven't seen any of your paintings, which a couple of people have. And once I like kind of like I try to be I'm a little vague with people, so I'm trying not to be so vague when people are interested in me, interested in my stuff, because I just think that it's so different when your Instagram is your business and when your Instagram is your personal life. So I made my personal Instagram into my business Instagram, so I deleted all my personal things. So I'm kind of still torn between like the whole like when people are hitting me up, are they being nosy or are they genuinely like interested in what I'm doing? But then I have to sit there and tell myself like you created a business account, so obviously when people are messaging you, it's because they're interested in your work and what's going on in your life, that you're either not posting about your work or like what is your next project. And that's not people being nosy, that's people supporting me and wanting to like know. So I just think that like even though that is what we do, you know, like we post content because this is our business, we still have to take a moment back for ourselves and realize like, you know, you don't have to like be addicted to this or like a slave to it also. You kind of just should like take a moment and really evaluate what you're doing and why you're doing it. And I think that's what I'm doing right now, is kind of just like evaluating myself and like how am I gonna stop from being so obsessed with like this idea of like am I doing enough basically. And that's like what my funk is about. It's just like how do I make something better, or like I want to be the hardest worker in the room, so that means I need to learn how to use like every single material. And because like I'm just so used to trying things and kind of naturally like being pretty good at it, I still need to realize that if you have like one good way of doing something, don't try to look for 20 other ways. Keep doing the one way you're good at.
Don't fix it if it's not broken.
Yeah, basically. So what I was kind of doing was like looking for like other materials to make my artwork better when I already have like the material that I'm just like good at. So just keep like evolving myself.
So who would you say is the team behind what you do?
Okay, so I am basically trying to build a team, but I would say right now the team behind me is myself, my parents, my friend Jacinda, who's like sitting over there, and another person on Instagram. I would say her name is Jaya. She has this brand called The Switch Up, and I just think that all three of us kind of have like the same like goal, just like how do we get ourselves out there. And these are just like, we have like these conversations about just, I just feel like everybody wants a connection to something, you know, and I think that we are the next generation of connections people need to have. So like one day someone's like, I need to have Jen as my connection. But I think that like to build a team and to have people behind you, it's a little tricky because a lot of people just like want to be paid. Like they want money to help you. Like I need you to make a video for me. Okay, how much are you going to pay me to make the video? But it's kind of like, I have no money. Like, how am I supposed to pay you? Or, so I think with these two specific people that I just spoke about, it's great because they're not thinking about charging me right now. They're just thinking about, like, my whole, like, well-being and how do I get out there more. And they're doing it because they actually just, like, support me, you know? And we do events, like, we did the Sip and Paint, and I feel like that's like, she's on my team now. She's behind me.
Would you say that this is more of a business or a hobby for you?
I would say it's both. It's like a perfect middle. Like, I made my business into my hobby. I mean, whoa, wrong way. I made my hobby into my business, basically.
So when it comes to pricing, like let's say somebody wanted to buy a canvas off of you,
Mm-hmm.
How do you price that when to you it was priceless because you valued the time to put in to making this artwork? You know, how do you go about that?
Yeah. So, I mean, you basically just said it. Like, it's so valuable to me and so priceless to me. So, for me to give it up, it has to be worth it, you know? Like, but also it's just, I'm sitting here and I'm just like painting for hours and hours and I'm just trying to use the best materials. So I just think my work is priced at like how much time I put into it and then like what I'm putting into it. You know, you're not getting just like, you're getting good quality work. You know, you can see the quality in the painting. You can see like how nice the paint is, how well blended it is. And on top of that, I just think that if you're willing to pay $1,000 for a pair of sneakers, why wouldn't you pay $1,000 for a painting, you know? And I just feel like, for me, if you're like a true sneakerhead, wouldn't you just want to be surrounded by it, you know? Or like, same thing with me, like I put all my paintings in my room because that's what I enjoy, that's what surrounds me, that's who I am. But I just think I also price it at a high price because it's that valuable. So I want, when someone comes to purchase a piece, I want them to be like, I really invested in this because I really, really, really want it. And I agree with the price and I think it is worth it. So I am going to spend the $1,000 or the whatever I priced it at because they actually felt like that's what it is worth as well. Alright, I want to thank you guys for tuning into this video. Again, my name is Jmonay. If you guys want to keep on seeing what I'm up to, follow me on my Instagram page, which is Jmonay right here. And if you guys want any more information, you can also contact me at my email, which is jenniferr1696@gmail.com. And I want to shout out The Room for taking their time out to interview me. So yeah.